Introducing the very latest in nanohydro titanium magnetic anti-wear molecule fusion oil. Engineered for dreams. Crafted at zero gravity, utilising the latest in unicorn DNA technologies. Yeah, nah, that's garbage. If you want fancy ads, keep buying your fairy dust. If you want results, grab yourself a drum.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the second episode of the series. Today we're heading to Malala. We've been going there for a very, very long time. Formula Ford XLs, it's kind of my home track. It's closer than the Bend, it's cheaper than the Bend. But today we're heading back there to the track just for a generic test day. See how we go after the dyno. If you saw last episode, make sure you watch it, but we're carrying a bit of a hurt motor. It's not bad, it's just probably not going to set any records today. But today we're also trying out our co-driver for the first time. This is also going to be his first time driving an XL, which will be quite interesting. I'm interested to see, I know the issues that I had making the change to XL, so it'll be interesting how old mate goes. Also got some fresh load of KCK oils and fluids in the car. Thank you very much for their support and sponsorship throughout the season and this series. Also meeting us at the track today with their Enduro combination is Ethan from Phase 3 Motorsport. If you're following us on Facebook, you would have seen that when we announced our collaboration between the two teams. So, not teammates, just we know how the last teammate thing went for me, so we're not doing teammates this time, but more of just a collaboration. We'll help each other out where we can. We raced with Ethan for about 2 seasons now. It's about the same kind of stuff. Do the best we can, but we don't have the silver spoon to throw the best and latest at the cars. And our teams are similar as well. We're just there to kind of have a bit of a laugh, which I think this year I kind of lost my way with that a little bit. So it should be a good day. It's always good fun at the track. Get some good company. Flying relatively solo today. Got my dad's not able to come out today, and my wife, she's home today. Normally she comes out for practice days, but she's not feeling the best, so that's all good. Flying a half solo. I do have my father-in-law coming out today. He's always really keen to help out, and he's always happy to come to the track with me. So yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be a good one, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe for the rest of the season. Make sure you like and subscribe to see the rest of the series. It's been really good. It's been a lot of work, but I'm enjoying it so far, so let's hit the track.
Yeah, it's on. Have fun.
So, as we mentioned, we're out at Malala again. This is basically just a day to mainly give our co-driver for the endurance race a couple of sessions just to get that first initial familiarisation with the car. Since the car's had a bit of work since it's last been used, I decided to go out for the first session just to give it a bit of a initial shakedown. Unfortunately, if you may have seen in our first episode of the series, this is still the original air quote race motor that we found out from the dyno that's still down on power, so we didn't have enough time to fit the new motor in before this event. But as long as the engine just had to last today, basically, we had a new engine lined up for after this event. We just needed something to get through for the day. Thankfully, there was no issues, no real engine issues, which was a nice surprise. I was pretty prepared to have some engine issues on this day. But as I said, just kind of heading out for a bit of a relatively gentle outlet. It was very difficult on this test day. I was wanting to start changing some things on the car to make it potentially a little bit quicker at the track, but it would have been a bit of a difficult car for Mr. Alec to drive. So here we are, just starting up a bit of a push lap. The group we got put with this test day, there was quite a few road cars, which made traffic management a bit interesting, but it's just one of those things, I guess. It's frustrating in the moment, but you can't really do much about it. So for instance here, get held up quite a bit, and the rules for track days is you're not meant to pass under brakes or through the corners, so some people do it. I try to be a good boy where I can. So I get held up there, but nothing we can do too much about it. But so yeah, as I was saying before, the car was feeling pretty neutral, and then as you started to push it, I wanted to get a bit of rotation out of it, but that would have made it maybe a little bit too much to bite off of one bit for Alec. So yeah, but this session was pretty nothing too exciting. The car was, like I said, the engine's hurt, the tyres weren't great. I kind of put all my eggs in the basket to come to the Enduro later on in the year with new tyres, new brakes, everything like that. So wasn't expecting to set the world on fire with pace, that's for sure. But looking at some of the data from previous rounds, since we suspected the engine had started to drop off a little bit, I was on about my normal pace, so it was about the same. So just finishing up this lap here, and then we'll start heading back into the pits, and then we'll hand it over to Alec. So Alec and I have been mates for a long time. I met him when I started Formula Ford. Just like me, he's only driven Formula Ford before. So he was excited but understandably nervous driving something completely different. He found it quite helpful that I was able to give him a bit of a warning for some of the things that I noticed. That was the main difficult differences that I had to kind of adapt to coming into XLs after Formula Ford. So, but no, he was really looking forward to it. It was a bit strange for me. This is the first time I've had someone else drive my race car, so it was a bit of a strange feeling. But I obviously trusted him enough to hand the wheel over and give him a crack. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
Have fun. Thank you.
I did. So here's Alec joining the track, his first drive ever in a Hyundai XL circuit racing car. He was saying for most of the day that the main struggle was just the brake pedal, which is what I struggled with, but then also was just getting struggling a little bit with the gears and the gear shifting and everything like that. Which again, for those who don't know, Formula Ford has what's called a dog block gearbox, where you don't need the clutch to change up gears, and some people change down without a clutch as well, and the gear shifter is also on the right hand side as well. So this is a completely different experience for Alec, which again, coming from experience, it is such a weird feeling and sensation, and just feels so alien. And then that's on top of all the other differences that you get from different car types and behaviours and all those kind of things. So yeah, we weren't really focusing too much on pace. We weren't even really running data. The main plan for this test day was just to get Alec seat time. I was saying to him, we don't need to worry about making him quick. We have plenty of track time going into the Enduro. I think we've got about 5 hours of just practice on the actual Enduro. So today was purely about getting him comfortable, finding out what worked, what didn't work, what needed to be changed, things that don't need to be changed in terms of car and comfort, and then also just some of the little things that Alec needed to kind of try a little bit differently. So he was, like I said, he was struggling a little bit with pedals and gearing. So it was a little bit too harsh on the downshift a couple of times, and just popped the clutch a little bit hard. It's very easy to do. Again, it's completely different to the Formula Fords. So other than that though, he did really, really well for his first time out. It was very impressive, and he had an absolute blast. So skipping forward a bit here. Now, could be really mean and say Alec is the reason why we're putting a new motor in it, but we're not. I promised him I wouldn't. This is our solution to our current engine problem. So, as you know, we got quoted roughly about $5,000 to get the bottom end of our current race motor rebuilt and resealed, which $5,000 for race motor is not too bad in the grand scheme of things, but for some people it might not be too bad, but for me that would just completely blow my budget out of the water. So what we found is a cheap low-K road car that we're pulling the motor out and some other spares, and then we'll just swap that straight into the car for the Enduro.
You don't change gear with your arm.
Yeah, it's your wrist.
It's your wrist. It's just a flick.
I remember who said it. I think it was Alex. But it was like, oh, with doing the test day last weekend in the V, being in the open wheeler group, he's like, you should have quickly gotten your VD prepped and taken it out there and buzzed him every time he went past him.
Yeah.
I was like, that would have been fun. Now the other engine's out, it's time to do the exact same thing to the race car. So all fluids, some beautiful KCK engine oil coming out there, and now we got some even more beautiful KCK RE13 gearbox and diff oil coming out here. This has done 2 rounds and it's coming out looking brand new. I was going to save it and reuse this oil. With the Enduro coming up, I wanted everything fresh and as good as it could possibly be. I figured I'd chuck this on a quick time lapse. It's just a lot of the same stuff, very difficult to film. And at this current point in time, I just wanted to smash this job out in one day. So that was 2 engines out and 1 refitted in a day. Pretty sure we even got it started as well. Could be normal for others to get that done in a day, but I figured for me and my dad that was a pretty big effort, and I was super proud and super pleased with both of our work. So with both engines out, we started swapping all the bolt-on parts, gearboxes, all the extra stuff that kind of bolts the engine. We swapped over and then we got it fitted to the race shell after that. Fortunately, at this point is when I started having some GoPro issues, so we lost a lot of the footage from the rest of the day, which is super annoying, but it is what it is. It's one of those things. I know this episode's been a bit of a lot of talking and not a lot in front of the camera, but these kinds of jobs just take a lot of time. I'm new to this whole filming thing as well, so sometimes it is a bit difficult for me to be in front of the camera and on the tools and working with Dad. It's just one of those things. I do thank everyone who's watched all the recent content. Really appreciated it. We've just broken 200 subs, so I'm really happy with that. Make sure you like and subscribe and get ready for the next episode.